All right. We are live with episode number 3 of the Stay Fly podcast.
Uno, dos, tres.
What's up, guys? This episode of the Stay Fly podcast is brought to you by dislife.co. A little hat up there in the front of the video if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch. Dislife is a pretty sweet company. They have great casual t-shirts and hats, and in girl sizes and men's sizes. Mm-hmm. They have everything you want, and they're really unique. They're all hand-drawn designs. It's really cool.
I like how... Hi, guys. Nick here with Utility Disc Golf. I love that about Disc Life, is how they're all hand-drawn. If you guys saw, if you haven't followed them on Instagram, you should, because they posted a little question, I guess, of 3 different designs that were kind of similar, but definitely different. And they were hand-drawing them, asking for people's input. Not that was cool, that they were looking towards their fans and their audience for help. So that's nice to have a company that feels like you can actually contact and whatnot, which is what Disc Life did with us. They contacted us.
The shirt that Nick's wearing right now, you can actually see the design process on their Instagram. If you guys are into that kind of stuff, I really like design and graphics. It's really awesome. Yeah. Check out dislife.co.
For the people that can't see my shirt, it's like a turquoise, pretty light turquoise shirt that has a bear riding a tricycle going into a basket, and there's kind of like evergreen trees in the background with the moon rising, and then some cool font below it says Namaste on the course.
Yeah.
I like that.
Don't we wish we all were on the course?
Yeah, right? Namaste right here. So cool. Disc Life.
This podcast is also brought to you by Disc Golf Center, discgolfcenter.com. They've been a sponsor of our channel and Nick and I for a while now.
Pretty early supporter.
Yeah, after about our second video. So that's really cool. They help do all of our giveaways for our disc reviews. They also help send discs to us to review. Yes. So if you guys are looking for any products, they have 20,000
discs
on hand and free shipping.
It'd be hard
over
not to
$12.
find a disc that they don't have. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could, but they're really good also because of the free shipping over $12. And most discs that you buy, especially in any type of premium plastic, you're going to be paying more than $12. So getting that free shipping, yeah, it is like 9 to 10 day shipping.
Yeah, it's standard shipping.
Standard shipping. It's not like extra long shipping. It's just normal. But they, by the time you order it, you'll forget about it for a week, and then a new disc will pop up on your door, and you'll be excited again. It's like Christmas every day. So discgolfcenter.com.
Yeah, did I to get into the podcast, Nick, did I tell you that I ordered some discs from Disc Golf Center today?
No, you didn't tell me, but I saw some
you saw our email?
Receipts in the Utility Disc Golf email.
So
that's something funny that always happens because we both have access to everything.
Yeah.
So you're like, what are they doing?
So I decided to pick a putter for the next year. And
you're going to stick with this one?
I'm going to stick with one putter. If some of you guys have been following us, I putt with AVRs, daggers, deputies, wizards.
Anything circular shaped that will fly?
Yeah. And I decided that for the 2018 season, I'm going to try to stick to one. And which one is better than the 2-time world champ
Ricky Wysocki?
Zero hard dagger. And I got 4 burst daggers from Disc Golf Center, and they are beautiful. They actually have photos of the burst now. Before, when you did the River Pro review, they just said unique, and so you didn't really know if you're getting a pink burst or a purple burst or
on
a
Disc
yellow.
Golf Center, they do?
Yeah, so if you click,
awesome.
I think I just noticed it on their site today. So
we pull up their site. Can we show them or no? If it's too hard, then no. But
be able to. I might have to go to Nick's clips.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. You can keep telling them about it.
But anyway, I'm really excited about putting with daggers for the rest of the year. I'm a spoosh putter, more of a push putter, but I do have quite a bit of spin on it. And I kind of like the deep dish. It's got a nice fade at the end, so I'm excited. It's got the bead too, which I think I do like the bead. It's weird that I put with AVRs, like grid stamp AVRs, and
because those are beadless.
They are beadless, and I also have some McPro AVRs,
which are also beadless.
Also beadless, but I really like the zero hard plastic, and it's grippy but not slick almost all the time.
Slicky, grippy, slicky.
Our internet's not going to work.
Let me ask you.
So laggy.
Why did you decide to go with the daggers? Not that they're a bad putter. I think it's a great choice. But with you rotating through an AVR, a classic putter that's won countless world championships, more than 2.
Yeah.
More than 2. One that might, nowadays, you can easily access daggers. obviously, but I just think one that might be more produced. It would be an AVR as well. So with that being said, why the Dagger?
Well, the Dagger, if anybody knows them, they have a pretty wide profile. They're really deep.
They're really flat too.
They're pretty flat on top too.
Most putters are flat, but
yeah, but because the edge is so rounded, it gets flat. I feel like quicker than like an AVR. It has a bead, which I like.
Me too.
I watched a video on Dave Feldberg, who apparently designed the Dagger, and he designed it so it was a wider rim, and he explained that it fills the gap in your palm better, so you get a better release when you pop it.
I can imagine with the surface area of the disc more touching the gap that you would have, it could also help give you more propulsion, more distance, better spin, more of a projection off of the disc out of your hand. Maybe.
Good. Yeah,
just a speculation.
I think it's on Latitude 64's YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Dave Feldberg does a Q&A basically on the Dagger because when it first came out, and it's pretty informative. And that kind of helps sway my decision making. And last year when I was playing good, when I won that tournament, the one tournament I played, I putted with daggers and I made a lot of putts. So I think it's just a confidence thing, going back to that and, Old Faithful.
And that's huge. What you just said right there, the confidence thing. You will get beat by somebody putting with a Rhino. You'll get beat by somebody putting with the Challenger. You'll get beat by somebody putting with the Dagger. It's not the disc so much as in that player feels really confident with that disc. And however they came to be confident with that, as in you just kind of going through them, and then you realize like every time I was playing good or felt good and had my putt on dial, I was using the Dagger.
Yeah.
So that's big, guys. If you're ever looking for, maybe that's your thought process. If you're like, I don't know if I like this disc, or I might get this disc, but it kind of overlaps with this, or you're just kind of going between stuff. What disc are you most confident with? Which disc can you throw? Kind of that idea of playing to your strengths.
Yeah.
Even in product form. I like that.
I was just listening to a Disc Golf Answer Man podcast, and they were saying that within 30 feet, you could probably use the driver and putt. It like that distance, you're not going to really see a difference in fade or turn or anything like that. No. Outside of 60 feet, around like circle 2, around 66 feet and farther in jump putts, that's where those like kind of numbers come into play.
Definitely.
And for me, I noticed that with my longer jump putts, which I used to make them all the time. With the AVRs, I always felt like I was either trying to turn them over too much or trying to throw them too flat. Whereas with the Dagger, it has a consistent fade, kind of like an overstable driver, where like if you're going to throw it on a hyzer, it's going to come back in the same exact spot every time.
Yeah. So
that's another decision. The other reason, zero hard burst daggers are really cool looking.
Yeah. Any burst plastic, I'm jealous.
I got white and blue, 2 white and blue bursty ones, like a light blue, like a baby blue.
That was when they kind of first came out with the burst plastic. Those ones you have, right?
Yeah. And then I also got I think you might have seen them online. I saw one on today, which maybe prompted my decision making. It's like a lime green and blue mix.
Where'd you see it on Dollar Disc Golf Auction?
Probably.
Maybe.
I might have bid on one of those and it was getting too high. And I was like, I'm just going to buy 4 of these myself.
$653 later. Tanner has a really cool burst.
I won the auction though, Nick.
No, that's cool. I like that.
The other thing is I bought 4 putters. Some people might be wondering why I bought 4. I need to get back into practicing putting. So
4 is maybe not even enough.
Well, I have 2 at home already.
So you got 6.
So I have 6 putters. So I feel like with 6 putters, it's a nice starting point for 2018 to really be able to get some good practice in without having to walk back and forth to the basket.
I agree. Having a stack of as many of your putters that you putt with, so you're not having to go back and forth, and you could stand there for 3 minutes, which is a long time if you're actually putting repetitively, picking up a disc, and not having to go to the basket. You can really get more reps and more muscle memory in and not feel bored of walking to the basket. So I
have other putters too.
Yeah. I don't blame you for buying 4. I would have. I put with KC Pro AVRs, and I'm jealous that they're not any type of burst plastic. Innova.
Get some squirrels going.
Get some squirrels
we saw
going
those
on these
Pro P2s in the, I call them melted crayon colors.
Yep.
They were in the mystery boxes if anybody saw those.
The trend seems to be going towards looks of discs as well as feel. So with all the burst plastic we see coming out, with the like Swirly Star Tour series that you would see, like with the big Jeremy Thunderbirds.
That's what I say.
Big Jeremy. Those Thunderbirds came in really cool Swirly Star plastic, and now those P2s that are coming out. So the trend is moving towards the popularity of these discs getting bought are the ones that look really cool.
Yeah.
So I hope to see that happen in more plastics available in more discs and more companies. So like I'm saying, Innova, let's make some sick swirly KC Pro plastic. Is that possible?
The other thing, I feel like disc golf plastic goes in trends. Because like when I first started, I feel like Metal Flake and like Blizzard plastic, like more, not saying that you mix the colors a whole lot, but like having some differences in the style of plastic. Does that make sense?
No,
so throwing
does.
some flake in there, throwing some air bubbles in them. I feel like that was pretty popular. Nowadays, you're looking at swirly plastic, bursty plastic.
Yeah, it almost seemed like the modifications to the plastic were geared towards the flight characteristics of the disc. Like you had the Blizzard, so it was super light, and now it's going to fly farther, or do this now, be more glidey or less stable. Or with the Metal Flake plastic, it almost added like a bit of stability to the plastic, or the sparkle lines that you might see.
Or like luster.
Yeah, and then so
I think the lusters have more like a pearl.
Yeah, that's definitely a difference though that you saw from the Blizzard or the bubbles, the airs in the rims, because they have that in all different types of companies.
Yeah, you have like the airs and
the airs, and then now we're transitioning into it seems a purely looks deal. So that's cool to see the trends of disc golf go. What trends do you guys see out there? You should put it in the comments. What are some other like trends that you see going with disc golf times? Maybe when you started, say whether if it was just a year ago or if it was 5 years ago, or for people who have been playing for 20 years, tell us that. I can't imagine how much has changed since you started playing.
Yeah. The other thing, we haven't done any reviews on MVP or Axiom, but what they're doing, well, they did the overmold, which is kind of catching on now through some other companies. Innova has a couple, Latitude has a few, like the Zion, the Bryce. But what I love about MVP is they have dual color stamps and like triple color stamps.
Oh yeah,
their stamp game cannot be beat.
It's pretty spot on, and especially I've seen ones with like a sick owl on it.
Yeah, that was a
just
Halloween
like their
series.
designs, their graphic designs is on point, on fleek.
Yeah, so if MVP wants to send us some cool double stamp, like different, not double stamp as in like bad stamps.
Yeah.
But
those dual color stamps.
Which is, it takes extra time to get those stamps to look right. So
it does. So shout out to them. Even though we haven't reviewed them yet, we're not biased. We would love to do them.
They're on our list. We have a lot of reviews to do. It's winter right now, so we're kind of slowing down on the disc reviews, but as soon as the sun kicks up, I feel like we're going to be just busting out reviews left and right.
Because it's snowing. Well, cool, guys. That was a little bit of our banter at first, but let's get into why we're all really here.
What is that, Nick?
Well, we're not why. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here for Nick's Clips.
Nick's Clips? You want to go to Nick's Clips?
Let's just check out some clips. So last time, we started out a new segment called Nick's Clips, where I surf the internet throughout the week, and whether I saw it now or I remember a video that I've seen a month ago or a year ago, I'm going to showcase it to you just to put some more eyes on it, make sure everyone is aware of the good glory that is the internet and the crazy things that happen because all of us have video cameras at the tip of our fingers. So some pretty cool stuff has been captured on camera of disc golf, and today's theme is going to be some putting, some good putts and maybe some not so good putts.
Yeah.
Or some funny putts.
Maybe some interesting putts.
And so let's get into it.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's just do the top one first. I'm going to switch over here. If you guys can't see me, I'm going to switch over to Tanner's computer because if I watch the video on the stream, it's like 10 seconds behind. And you'll laugh as I late.
Let's start off with one of our buddies. I haven't met him personally, but I have conversed with him a lot, and I've sent him a couple of dyed discs on the other side of the state. Brian Johnson. Now, I'll give a little background on this clip. This is actually a personal clip that I don't think I filmed. I think I was standing to the left of it when it happened, but we went to the Glassblown Open last year. We drove there 27 hours from here. And actually right here, you can see my Glassblown Open caddy book that I brought this out just to display for everybody because it's just kind of a fun thing. But we went to Glassblown, and if you know Kansas, you know that it is notoriously known for being windy. So it was pretty windy on our practice round on the Jones West course. And we got this pretty cool putt on camera, which was pretty entertaining. So once it loads up for you guys, sorry, stalling. You guys want to check out Brian? He has some pretty good Instagram channel.
Yes, definitely. All right, he's got it paused up for you guys.
His Instagram tag is keep on throwing. No spaces, no underscores, just keep on throwing with an IN.
And another thing about Brian, besides him being one of my very best friends and a good disc golfer and an all-around great human being, he is also working on his own business ventures within the disc golf world. Now, I know it's not out there a lot, but if you are interested in what he's got going on, Brian, I don't want to give it too much away, but I just want to give you some exposure. Contact Brian on here. We'll put a tag of his Instagram and his contact down
Description on the YouTube video.
in the description of the YouTube video. But he's got some cool stuff going on even farther than what we're doing, as into the actual production of disc golf products and more. So check him out. I do know the name. I'm not sure if he wants me to be putting the name out.
I probably wouldn't say it.
I'm not going to say it if possible. But Brian Johnson, keep on throwing on Instagram. Check this dude out. But watch this putt. Got about a 30-mile-an-hour headwind up to an elevated basket. And he putts, and it lifts way up and glides over the basket. So that was a prime example of what wind can affect your disc. Look at this thing go. Release. It looked good for about 1 second. It got halfway to the basket and then lifted 10 feet up over the top of the basket because of the rim or the wind and blew away. So that's just a funny putt, just to amuse you a little bit. I don't know if you guys ever played in that kind of wind. Around here in Spokane, we can get some windy days. But
We actually had a windstorm that took out almost most of Spokane's power for a couple weeks.
It did, yes. I remember that. I was not here. My fiance lived here and she was out for 2 weeks. But if you played in that type of wind, like we experienced when we went to Emporia, it is just another type of golf. It's the kind of golf where it's kind of like snow golf right now, where I don't take it so seriously that I get mad that my feet are slipping or my hands are cold. Or when you miss like a 15-footer because you hit the front cage, because you're just like, it's just bad conditions out. The wind is the same way. You'd be laying up from 30 feet just to take a par, or be like, I guess I'll just go take a bogey this hole.
Yeah.
Have you ever played in some crazy wind like that?
Not really. I mean, I've only played in Spokane. The only course I played outside of Spokane is Corbin and Farragut.
Yep. Anyways, if you guys have played in that wind, you know how funny and just amusing that was to watch Brian blow up over the basket.
Yep.
Sorry, Brian. All right. On to the next clips.
This is another one from Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's a good place to find videos. Now, it looks like the original doer of this video was Fairway Disc Golf Apparel.
What it looks like.
And it was reposted by another account,
I
which
think
we
it's
will
like
tag
Disc
in the
Golf
bottom
Daily.
as well. But to give you an idea of what's going on for the people that can't see, this looks like a pretty wooded course. I see a gentleman standing on a tree that has fallen down, I would say about 45 feet, maybe 50.
Maybe 40.
40 to 50 feet from the basket. And he doesn't seem to have a very good lie, and he does some sort of tomahawk shot to try to just shoot it into the basket. And we'll just see what happens. Over his hand.
Is he standing on top of the log?
Yeah. I thought he was going to fall off. He missed. Psych! He made it. If you listen closely, listen to what he says. Oh.
I'm not sure if they can hear the audio. I haven't tested it out yet.
Can you guys?
But he's standing on top of a down tree, throws a forehand flex, kind of, misses the basket, rolls up a hill that's probably behind the basket.
I think it's
maybe
a tree behind it. Yeah, it's like boop, boop.
Rolls up on an edge and then kicks back and ricochets back into the basket.
Yeah. And you hear him throw it and he goes, oh, man. And then like as he says, oh, man, because it hits the ground, it's like doot, 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 and bounces up in the air back into the chains. And you can hear the astonishment by.
Let's watch that one more time.
Surprised he had the balance to stay on there. Boom.
It looks like he meant to do it. It's so clean.
I call that an epic par save.
Yeah.
Or it could have been an epic birdie too.
Or it could have been a bogey. If I had to put money on it, it'd probably be a bogey.
Bogey. Let's just be honest. All right, guys. Again, if you like these videos that we put out, we'll have the links to the videos in the bottom of the YouTube video, so you'll be able to go back and watch the videos as much as you'd like.
Yeah, if you like these videos, do that. If you love these videos, then you will love this next clip.
Yeah. Found this today. I'm sure some of you guys got a kick out of this.
We got sent this by was it Nick?
I just commented on it.
I think somebody sent it to us.
It was me.
Oh, did you send it to somebody?
Anyways, we gotta to give you an idea of what's going on for people. Looks like this was filmed on Snapchat, and it says Jay and Dad love disc golf. Now, I'm assuming the dog's name isn't Dad, unless they like to yell the word Dad all the time.
Yeah, Nick sent it to us.
Yeah, Nick sent that.
So this was original. I'm not sure where this.
Yeah,
is
Nick
posted,
Bradley sent this to us. Fantasy Man. You're right. You did. Sorry. Shout out to Nick.
but it was originally posted on Tranquil Heisers. I think that's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they shared it from somebody else. So yeah, Jay's the dog, I believe.
I hope he's so. I hope the dog's not named Dad.
Yeah, and Dad's putting. It'd be funny if you had a dog named
Dad's
Dad.
putting from about 25, maybe 30 feet, and he's got a little help from little old Jay.
Just a little bit of encouragement. I'll show it again. Oh.
Boom, and bangs the putt. So for the people that can't see that, Jay is standing with a yellow putter, lining up his putt.
No, Dad is.
Oh, Dad. Sorry. Dad is lining up a putt while Jay is trying to stay warm on Dad's leg and simultaneously thrusting his hips into his shin while Jay bangs the putt.
Yeah, he's banging while Dad's banging putts.
They're both banging, but one's banging putts and the other...
If you guys can't see this, you got to check it out. You'll probably see it on Instagram if you're on there. But the dog Jay is like a little fluffy. He's like a medium-sized dog, long, like floppy ear.
Collie, right?
Not a border collie. Border collies have big ear or tall ears. This one has like flappy ears, kind of like a. I can't even think of the type of dog. I wish I knew. But anyway, it's a black and white spotted dog, and he's going to town on his owner while he makes a putt. And the owner's just like, "Oh, this is normal. Just need to make this putt."
Jay
in the basket.
Made this putt like this was an all too often experience that he has with the dog. Dude, that dog is definitely just Dad now. Dad dog.
If you're watching this, we played this video like 10 times, so I apologize if it's too much, but this is just so funny.
Yeah, we probably should have like a viewer discretion advised before this.
Yeah,
all right, next video.
I mean, he just loves his owner. All right.
Dad loves Jay. Jay loves Dad too.
All right, our last clip.
Last but not least.
So I was talking. How did you bring this clip up to me?
I think I saw. So I think I originally saw the bouncing tree one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this reminds me of a putt that I saw over a year ago, I feel, or maybe just last year, but it's called the anti-gravity putt. And kind of just let that run through your brain for a sec. Of what do you guys think an anti-gravity putt does? When I saw the title, I was like, space putt? Like they're astronauts in space putting? The next NT of Disc Golf Pro Tour gonna be in space?
On the moon?
On the moon?
Yeah. Simon would just throw to the sun.
Every hole is like 646,000 feet.
Simon would throw. If it was on the moon and Simon was playing a course, if he was trying to make a 20-foot putt, he would probably turn the opposite way and just crush like a hyzer all the way around the moon and try to make it.
He would make it from the back side of the basket. All right, so we're going to check this out. This is called the anti-gravity putt. We'll set it up for y'all.
It's from Spin TV on YouTube.
Yeah, so Spin TV, I'm sure a lot of you disc golfers are familiar with that media company. They put out some pretty good productions. I feel like they're up there with the Joe Mez, and I really like Spin TV's graphics.
Spin TV is really good, yeah. I think they're part of Innova.
All right, so here it goes. We'll let it play, and then I'll describe it. And boom. Wow. You could tell he was amazed by that.
The first time I saw this, I thought it was fake.
It looks fake. Like he pulls on a string back into the basket.
Yeah, and I tried to look at it again. Did they do this backwards? How would they film this backwards?
It's for real, dude. It's legit.
But if you watch it over again, let's go back and rewatch it. He drills the bottom of the pole, so it's a downhill putt. You want to explain it some more?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So he's it looks like he's slightly downhill, not like a crazy downhill, probably about another 25 feet away, just down on a downhill putt. It looks like the wind's ripping by the looks of the brush and everything around him, but he putts and it just goes flying down and nails the bottom bracket of right where the pole meets the ground, where the lock would usually be. It hits that, bounces backwards, and the wind seems to lift it up around, and it's still spinning lifts it from the ground up around to the side of the basket and then in like mid chains is the crazy part too.
And this looks like it's not in the U.S. If I had to guess, this is probably like in Europe somewhere.
No, it's not. Well, it's by Anti-Vuento.
The hat guy. Oh, the hat guy.
The hat guy. Anti-Vuento.
I feel like he's popular.
The hat guy. That was just crazy. That's just craziness. Do you think they planned that?
Yeah, because he's super excited and they have it all framed up. Now, being
God, that's such a crazy fight.
Scientific minded, I have to think to get the putter to be elevated, to have the flight plate be able to lift the dish 3 feet over the basket. If we watch this again, I'm not sure what course this is at. So if somebody does know the course.
Does it say disc golf park on the top of that basket? Because a lot of the disc golf parks are in like. It
says Miri Topola. Topia? Topola, something like that. It does say disc golf park though.
Probably not in the United States.
Yeah. So on the right side of this clip, I bet you there's a cliff. So the wind is coming in on the cliff and going straight up. I think that's the only way. Not really a cliff, but some type of like sharp.
Like there's like an
hill.
Underdraft because like the wind is like on the ground.
Because I can't see a left to right wind pushing a putter that high. You know, I would think that it would hit the lock and then push it right. It wouldn't elevate it. So we watched this again in slow mo. I think that might have been real. What do you think? Do you think there's a cliff to the right of the screen?
I think it's a possibility. I don't know about a cliff.
Not a cliff,
I guess when I think
some
of cliff,
type of
I imagine
slope.
like 100-foot drop off into some raging, like crashing waves onto the side of it.
Yeah, and just like tons of putters just washing up.
And
on
just
the
a
floor.
bunch of discs just all down below for sure. Crazy putt, guys. So hopefully you got a good little entertainment spiel out of the Nick's clips. If you guys have clips like Nick Bradley did, shout out to Fantasy Man 84 or 94.
94. He's not born in 84.
Yeah,
I think 94 is his birthday.
He sent us in, or he just even direct messaged us and tagged us in that video. So we look at that stuff all the time, and we will feature it on there and give you a little shout out and whatnot. So thanks for doing that, Nick. And if you have any other videos, I'm gonna try to keep a theme with it each time. Like this time was putting. Might try to do like bad drives, like WTF Richard drives if I can find a bunch of those.
I finally saw
like
that video.
Crazy rollers. I just really like. I watch a lot of like fail montages and also win montages and just like different compilations.
Yeah, you do a lot.
So I just watch like all these compilations. So I kind of just want to give you guys a short compilation with some commentary about disc golf. Cool,
Pretty
guys.
fun.
Nick's clips. Nick's. Oh yeah, and we're gonna make a song eventually, and it's gonna be pretty catchy. You probably will have it stuck in your head every day.
We haven't came up with it yet though.
I'll freestyle one right now. Nick's clips. Yeah.
I'm going to freestyle a segment name or segment song. I'm just going to say my name of the segment 3 times. Nick's clips. Nick's clips. Nick.
Clips. Oh yeah.
Hey Nick.
Guys, Nick's clips here. Hanging out with Big Bird. Dude, so let's talk about the shot of the year. Now, Paul McBeth was an ace during the GCC, and that ace like put him within 2 of the lead, didn't it? I have it right here.
At the Masters Gentleman's Cup.
Yeah. It was the Gentleman's Club Challenge back then. 368 feet, hole 13, par 3. Yeah. So Paul McBeth is at -26 and Ricky's at -30 until this happens. Until Paul McBeth flexes a Thunderbird dead into the heart of the chains to put himself within 2 on the 13th hole. So now, do you think that because Ultiworld's asking about the shot, one shot. Which eagle is it talking about? Which 3 of the eagles?
The 760-foot one.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's a huge crush, and he parked it. But Paul McBeth put it in.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who would you vote for from the 2?
I mean, I think we're all tired of seeing McBeth throw shots in one throw. I don't think...
Speak for yourself, buddy.
It was pretty sweet. It was really windy that day, too. If you watch the coverage, he had to throw against the wind. I still think it's more impressive because Simon had to throw... Simon, I think, finished 3rd in the GBO because the last round got canceled. And he had a crazy last round in order to get up to that. And to make that 760-foot shot, being like that high in the lead still, he took a crazy chance. And he didn't have to.
Mhm.
and he had to throw it OB almost the entire way. You know what I mean?
I do.
Whereas Paul was in second, nobody was really going to try to catch up to him really, unless he had like a crazy bad hole.
Yep.
So him going for it wasn't. It was more of a selfish play,
Yeah.
I would say. Not selfish, is
Like
it?
Paul-
Like he was going for the lead.
Yeah. He
Whereas
was going for the
Simon
eagle.
was just like
He's going for the eagle.
he was going for the eagle. But with Simon's play, he threw it OB the entire way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Paul had a little bit of OB to deal with, but he could kind of do an ace run.
Yeah.
Simon's throwing
Well,
a 700-foot
Paul's gonna do
hole that he could probably get in 3 easily, and he's going, no, it's worth it to me to throw OB the entire way. If I miss it, I'm going to have another 600-foot shot. I just think the way he finished that tournament in third, because the last round didn't get played, I think it helped. I think it helped his season more, I guess you could say.
Totally. I would have loved to see that third round. I would have loved to have played the third round.
Oh yeah, you didn't get played either. Did they give you money back?
Nope.
You sign up for a tournament.
No, it was a complete tournament. According to the PDJ rules, if you play a certain amount of holes for the different tournaments, you're good. It depends on how many rounds we're planning to be played. I'm going to pause for 1 sec. Are we good? Is our live stream good?
Should be.
I have 1 viewer. It's a little laggy on my stream.
I accidentally didn't hit our recording button, so we're going to probably steal it off Twitch. Halfway through, I started recording.
Yeah.
We're having some technical difficulties
one.
today.
Okay. So you think Simon deserved to win?
Yeah.
I think that so your argument, it's not an argument. Your opinion was, Simon, you said that was like super ballsy of him to do. I don't think it took an extra thought for Simon to be like, yeah, I'm going to go for the eagle. That's what Simon does.
How many times has Simon gone for an eagle on that hole?
Probably every time he plays it. I would say 90% of the time Simon's going to go for an eagle on that hole. On every hole.
You think he's going to go the back big flex line like that, or you think he's going to...
Every time. Every hole, every time. Unless it's like really down to the wire and he has, 10 Gs on the line. And he's like, well, I got 2 strokes and there's 2 holes. I'm going to play it safe. But it never surprises me to see Simon going over the trees, doing a huge sky Annie with flexing out with some crazy, PD2 that shouldn't even be able to be flexed or something like that. It doesn't surprise me that Simon went for these eagles and successfully got them, because that's why he goes for them. He's so good at them. He has the ability to throw 726 feet or 480 feet, like slightly uphill and all that stuff. So it doesn't surprise me that Simon would do that. So I don't think that it took him extra courage to do that for the second round. Now, Paul, we can say like this. Simon was going for the eagle. Was Paul going for the ace? Yeah. Yes. We're always all going for aces.
He was so far behind. He was like 3 strokes behind or 4 strokes behind Ricky at that point with 5 holes to go.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's got a little Ricky Bobby in him. If he's not first, he's last. And so
he probably was going for the ace.
He was trying to get strokes back.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I see that. So they were both going for it. Okay, everyone goes for aces, as in like the hope of each hole is to complete it in one shot.
I think the thing is what's more impressive. I could see Simon making that ace that Paul did. I can't see Paul parking it on that hill, that 700 foot.
True.
That might just be like player ability. Not saying that Paul's ace is not really crazy, because it was tough conditions.
He really tried. But first try in a tournament, Ted?
Third round in a tournament?
Yeah, but when I say first try, I mean like this throw right now, the one that counts, that's going on the scorecard.
Yeah.
This one. Okay, so yeah. So it was pretty good. I think aces are more exciting.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll break it down. Let me take it back. This is for shot of the year. This isn't for ace of the year. They had ace of the year.
Yeah, and that's what Paul won.
It was a pretty sick ace, but was it the shot?
No.
And the shot can either go in or it doesn't go in. But like an ace is an ace. An ace went in. It's not an ace unless it went in.
I think it's more impressive.
Yeah, so
to
the
eagle
shot,
a 760 foot hole.
Yeah, that's an impressive shot. That's like way more impressive than the ace.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think Simon should have won.
Oh, you switched.
I just switched. Well, I didn't even like switch. I just like talked to myself. We talked through it.
It's a shot, yeah.
Like, I didn't even disagree with you. I just wanted to kind of give my thought on like, well, he was trying to do that and an ace is better. But then like, yeah, like, but we're talking about shot, not ace. Now, if we go to ace of the year, what did you think about that? Because it came down to just two appalls. It was Texas. He did one in Texas. Oh, I can't remember the tournament.
I think the ace of the year is the walk-off ace by Ricky Wysocki with the harp.
That's not the one that won.
That's what I think should have won.
Really?
How often do you win a tournament with a walk-off ace? I don't think it's ever been done.
Never. Me, never. Anybody else? Never. Ricky, he did it once. I'm sure it's happened before. I'm sure that.
I doubt.
In that way.
I would put $5. I know that's a lot of money. Anybody tells me that they know of a tournament that was won, sanctioned tournament that was won with a walk-off ace. The leader of the tournament got an ace on the last hole.
No,
I don't think it's ever been done before.
You're right.
I can't imagine it.
I agree.
When you raptor legs, when you end a tournament on one stroke,
200 feet.
Yeah,
that's huge. That's the biggest raptor legs of your life. So it came down to just Macbeth versus Macbeth. So he had it either way. He had two. He had the GCC one in the finals as well of the ace bracket.
What was the other one?
Now we're talking about the Ultiworld brackets that they did. They did a lot of. It's the one where he did the Texas States. That's what I thought. So it's the Texas State Championships. In round 2, he aced. And it was like pretty windy. It's just like a crushing, ripping hyzer, which actually seems a little more wooded. Like the ace at GCC wasn't that protected or like a threaded needle. You know, there was those sand traps around it, so there was hazard around it. It was definitely like a risk, but it didn't have the, I guess, path resistance I like to use, because I always like to think of like, what's a good shot? Like the path of least resistance. Like which one had the less trees, the least limbs in the way? And the Texas States ones was definitely more wooded. Now that one was, how far was this one? I think both of them made it on Sports Center though.
Do you think Barsby's forehand at a
Maple Open?
Yeah, do you think that was worth it?
I think they're all great aces. I think Greg's is super cool, and I think that Greg's just a sweet guy, and I just like him as a golfer. Not saying I don't like Paul. I like Paul Macbeth as a golfer as well. He's an amazing golfer.
Here's a question for you. If Philo's ace, was that at Maples Hill too? Remember that ace?
Philo.
That wasn't, yeah, Philo got an ace. I can't think of the hole, but it's, you throw over the water the entire way, the basket's right on a hillside.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think Philo aced that.
Philo aced it. It was not on camera though.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. This one that's like Nico's aced, and there was another dude that's aced it too. I know what you're talking about, and it has like OB barriers all around on the side.
Different. God, I can't think what it is. You throw over a lake though, and there's usually a guy in a scuba. I think it's Vibram Open.
Oh yes, I do know what you're talking about. The crushing hyzer. And there's the guy that was like
350, 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philo aced that. If that was on camera, I feel like that could have been the ace of the year.
Definitely. Well, it was huge.
Yeah.
That is like OB the entire way because it's all water. And if you guys watched the Vibram Open, this is the hole that had the guy where he was just like swimming, waiting, and it was like pouring rain and cold out, and you were like, how is that guy doing that?
He does it every year, I think. Last couple of years.
That's the only way he does it, because it's every year. But I think that probably would have been ace of the year for sure, just because of how big it is and just how epic and memorable of a hole it is out at. It's called Maple Hill.
Maple Hill, yeah, that's it. Next year it's not the Vibram Open, it's the MVP.
MVP. Is it?
Yeah.
And one of them, the Jonesboro, is brought to you by Pro Discus. This year.
Is Pro Discus make discs?
Yeah, you have one. I thought you have one. Or was that Castoplast? I think, Pro Discus is doing the Jonesboro Open.
I've heard of them. I just can't picture a disc that they make or like what kind of products they do. But I know that they're like trying to get into it this year.
They do. They're just from the... Yeah. So Pro Discus is going to sponsor, or it says the 2017, because that was last year. They sponsored it last year. Pro Discus did, the Jonesboro Open. Pro Discus is from, I think want to say it's from out of states. So that's why we just don't know about it a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, those shots of the year, like all those Ultiworld things, they're kind of fun to debate about. Say like, why did they win, or I think this person should have won, or
Yeah, I'm excited for the end of this year because I want to do our own kind of maybe have you guys vote on them, our followers, but I think I also want to do like kind of like The Office where you get the what's The Office things that they give people. Do you not watch The Office?
oh, the Dundies.
The Dundies. I want to do like
No, I do.
the utilities, and me and Nick like host it.
Utilities.
And we
I
like
love
give
it.
out our
Yeah.
plays of the year and players of the year.
Yeah, like user shots of the year, or like viewer shots of the year, like shots from you guys that you send in and all that stuff.
Yeah, we could do that. We could go back on our Nick's clips and
Yeah.
pull some
But
of the best.
I
of
want
Nick's clips.
I definitely want Nick's clips from you guys, from people who listen to the podcast. Even if it's not of you or if it's something you find, I just want to have your help and stuff that you like. Because if you're going to send it to me, it's something you like.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to do that. All right. You know what I see right now on our camera? The battery blinking.
Is blinking.
How long have we been talking for?
49 minutes. I think we talked without the mics on for 5 minutes. So hopefully,
If we talked without the mics on for 5 minutes,
I'm going to have to edit this clip a lot more for YouTube.
we might chop this one up for you guys when we upload it to iTunes and stuff.
The audio should sound a lot better,
Yes.
but our performance wasn't as good because we didn't get the audio to work every time. So
But we're still learning and getting this setup done. And it's really fun. And I know it's just something for you guys to listen to while you're at work, driving in the car. You just want to hear us talk about disc golf.
watch it.
Or watch it, yeah.
We are on iTunes now. I figured out how to get our podcast online. The first couple ones were not up until like 4 days ago.
That's so legit.
So yeah, so now
Being on iTunes.
if you're on iTunes, please give us a star rating. Apparently, you get rated higher based if somebody types in Stayfly, the more ratings we have, reviews, or comments or anything like that, it boosts us into a higher category so you can find us easier.
It's actually that we're the first ones you get if you type in Stayfly, though. For me, it is. So hopefully that is on.
But there is like a new and trending, and we can possibly get onto that if we get some reviews. So if you guys like new podcasts that are disc golf related, please help us out and give us a rating. Still getting better at this, so please be gentle on the rating.
Yeah. Please. It's
yeah.
been fun, guys. We can wrap it
We're
up.
on Stitcher. We're on iTunes. I know on my podcast app, I used to have Podcast Addicts on my Android, and now I use Castbox, and I think I found myself on both of those. So we should be on most of your platforms. The first podcast, we apologize. The audio is super blown out.
Oh, it's so terrible.
It's kind of funny because we got these cool little new mics that we're talking into to have better audio. And the first podcast, we used this mic on top of my little computer here.
On top of his computer.
So that's why it sounds really blown out and bad. So first one is kind of hard on your ears. So maybe just start on number 2.
Yeah. If you hate it, so do we.
Yeah.
I just say I wish I could wish it out of existence. I just want it to go away.
Yeah, it's cool about making videos and podcasts and putting content out there because it's a really good way to track your progress.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of things in life you can see how good you are compared to back in the day, unless you record yourself or.
That was a lot harder to do back in the days now, but now we have the ease of putting it out for everyone to see.
Yep.
You can watch us stumble through it. But I like that a lot too, guys. I think this is just showing you that two people who know how to use Google and have a little money and jobs and really just love something, you can do it. You can put together a podcast. You can start your YouTube channel. You can film a disc review. If you want to, you can do it. Because we're just normal dudes. Like we're really normal.
I'm going to make a quote and put that on our Instagram. If you want to,
you can.
You can do it.
Good. I also have another quote, and we'll just we shouted out our sponsors earlier, so we'll end it at this. But next time you get an ace, don't go grab it out of the basket. Throw another disc because you can only do it twice once. Stay fly, everybody. Just kidding. We can do it from one. But seriously, you can only do it twice once. That's something that I can't remember what I did, but I was with my friends. But I was like, wait. Let me try again. Because we've been trying for a while. And I was like, you can only do it twice once. Like, you can only do it twice in a row one time. Because you can only do it for the first time one time.
I got a little thing. Maybe we can have like a answer in the comment section at the end of the podcast. Me and Nick have we're on Instagram a lot. You guys probably noticed us there.
What?
We like communicating and trying to talk to everybody.
At Utility Disc Golf.
We have some conversation all the time about aces that are on Instagram. Some of you may know that Nick has an ace on Instagram, and it is a legit ace. I will go to the grave that magic ace that he did, where it's on video throwing it, he did it.
Yeah,
Because if you watch our story
so
from
funny.
that day, I threw the exact same shot right before Nick did, and it's in our Instagram story, and I just missed it.
An inch.
But yeah, barely. And Nick threw the exact same shot and just dead center chains, and I was super frustrated. So that's a legit ace.
You could tell from the emotion, too, because I just turn around and freak out.
There are some Instagram channels out there. Some of you may know what we're talking about. They post aces about every day. It's like MLK Day, made an ace, good day. No, you didn't. It's not. You don't get aces every day.
Nope.
Nobody sets up a camera behind the basket and in front and behind you. Oh, and we're dead. Our video just stopped.
We'll wrap it up real quick.
But anyway, nobody sets up a camera behind the basket and then just ace it on the first try. So,
well, they can, but not every day.
Yeah.
Not every day.
Not every day. So in the comment section on YouTube, just leave a comment on whether you think that people who post a ton of aces on Instagram or on social media, if you think they're legit, or maybe they're just trying to get Instagram followers or views. Because when me and Nick make aces, we freak out.
Yeah.
And it's legit.
And we're not dogging if that's your hustle and that's your grind and you go out and you film shots of you making it, but like when you claim it as an ace.
Yeah.
Now I have aces that I've gotten on second, third, fourth, fifth throws. Those aren't aces.
I think you made a couple on your seventh throw too. We kind of thrown our bag at a couple.
Yeah, when you just unload your bag and you finally get one, those aren't aces. And I never, and most people, it's like, no, that's not an ace. Some will argue you threw it off the pad into the basket. It's an ace. No, it wasn't your first throw. You can't write it on. Can you write it on the scorecard? Even if you're not, well, I'm not keeping track of score. Well, it's like, was it your first throw off the pad? Because that's your legitimate, if you're playing to the rules of golf, that's your legitimate tee off, your first throw.
Basically, me and Nick are saying, if we ever show an ace or show a crazy shot that isn't a legit shot, we're going to come out and tell you because we think honesty is better than lying. Yeah. We want to be truthful with you guys.
Aces are just like, they're just gold. They're just a special thing in disc golf and in regular golf. And we just don't want them to be washed under and forgot about because of the overproduced disc golf shot. So
we're all for dude perfect shots. We like trick shots. There's guys called Disc Boys on Instagram. They have a ton of cool shots, and I guarantee you they have a couple different takes, but they don't claim that they're aces. They just show cool shots.
And that's not like the part either that makes the shot cool, that it was an ace or not. It's just sick that they made it. The Disc Boys I'm referring to. Like, they make sweet shots. Like, I don't care. I'm like, well, you didn't do it first try.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. Like, they always do crazy stuff, like crazy like hammer putts and just like beaming it down. And I'm just like, yeah.
And they just stare at the camera and just turn and just not even looking at the basket and just whip one in backhand.
Yeah. So that's why it's cool. But
so in the comment section, tell us what you think about lying about aces and what you think it does to the legitimacy of real aces. Because we want to keep aces sacred.
Dude, just keep them sacred.
Sacred aces.
Let's keep that excitement. I'm with you. I think that's a great note to end on.
All right. So I'm going to have to cut this podcast up because I think I might have messed up the audio. But if you're on YouTube, you probably won't notice it except for the black screen that's going on right now. I'll probably throw up some cool graphics, maybe some photos of me and Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, if this wasn't the best podcast, that's okay. Because it's only our third one. And you know who has a really good podcast? Joe Rogan. You know how many podcasts he's done? Isn't episode like 1,000, 1,100?
Yeah, his first couple ones were just him and his buddies in his basement.
Exactly.
That was like 10 years ago.
So we're going to get there. And we're just going to, if you're watching now and you watch later in a year, you're going to be like, wow, like I was a part of this whole process. Like I remember, and we'll make references. And you'll be like, yes, like I know what you were talking about. Episode 3 of Stay Fly. Like we talked about fake aces.
So we appreciate you guys. Faces?
Phony aces.
You're a phony.
You're a phony.
I should die.
Hey, yeah, you're a phony. That's not a real ace.
All right, guys. So this is episode 3 of the Stay Fly podcast. We're going to check on out.
Yeah, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
And stay fly, everybody.
All right. See you guys.